Tonight on CTV3 News, police make arrest in fatal hit-and-run incident in Kaya District. Law firm file lawsuit against government on behalf of Belize businessman over tax dispute. Resurgence of the New World screw worm prompts regional action in Central America and Mexico. Belize launches training to combat threat. And Belize reports over 500 cases of New World screwworm across all districts, urges public vigilance. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025.
Celebrate Belize's 44th independence anniversary with us. Join us this September as Belize shines brighter than ever. Be part of the excitement and showcase your business to thousands of viewers during our live coverage of these spectacular events. September 19th, Children's Rally. September 13th, Carousel Carnival. September 20, Flag Raising Ceremony. And September 21st, the Citizens Parade.
Everybody jump and wave. Show me 1,000 and just show me 1,000 and
Maximize your visibility. All events will be broadcast live on Channel 53 of Centaur Cable Network, available on the Express Plus app and streamed across our popular social media platforms, including CTV3 News, Fiesta FM Radio, and Despierta Belize. Get more value for your advertising dollar, reach a wider audience, and be part of Belize's most celebrated month. Contact us today at 670-9177 for more information. Get ready, Belize! September is here and we're turning up the celebration. Belize is turning 44 and we're bringing the party straight to you with a lineup of unforgettable events that you simply can't miss. September 13th, Carousel Carnival. September 19th, Children's Rally. September 20th, Flag Raising Ceremony. And September 21st, the Citizens Parade. We're bringing it all to you live. No matter where you are, catch every moment on Channel 53 of Centaur Cable Network, the Express Plus app, and across all our social media pages, CTV3 News, Fiesta FM Radio, and Despierta Belize. No need to go anywhere. Just sit back, relax, and celebrate Belize's 44th birthday with us.
Good evening with your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. For the first time in more than 2 decades, Central America and Mexico are facing the resurgence of the New World screwworm a parasitic disease that poses a major threat to both animals and humans. The reappearance of the pest, once declared eradicated, is raising serious concerns for food security, rural economies, ecosystems, and community well-being across the region. In response, national health authorities are ramping up preventative measures with support from the United States Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, APHIS USDA, along with international partners such as the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, and the Panama United States Commission for the Eradication and Prevention of the New World Screwworm, COPEG, the International Regional Organization for Agricultural Health, OIRSA, and the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. As part of the regional response, Belize this week launched a two-day national training of trainers workshop under the ICA AFIAS work plan.
And the intention is to build the knowledge base of the extension officers here at the Ministry of Agriculture so that they could use this knowledge and transfer it to other persons. And this can be done whenever they organize other training sessions. They could use this knowledge. The course is a 4-module course. It starts with presenting what is the New World Screwworm. So it's getting to know New World Screwworm. Module 2 is with the effects of New World Screwworm, what it affects if we don't do anything, what are the causes. The third one is practices that we could do at the farm level to prevent and control the spread of New World Screwworm. And the fourth is emphasizing to make sure that you have no wounds, because if you don't have any wounds that are open, then the fly is not attracted to it.
The workshop brings together technical officers from the Ministry of Agriculture across the country to strengthen a national network of trainers. Participants are being equipped with knowledge and practical tools to promote good practices, replicate training in their communities, and support prevention and control efforts at the local level.
In terms of participation, we have all the livestock officers from the Ministry of Agriculture. We also have the participation of the Director of Extension, the Principal Agriculture Officer, and we have our colleagues from BAHA, the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, and the Belize Livestock Association. The modules are going to be presented by AICA, BAHA, and BLPA, which are the persons who had participated in the regional training course, so they had developed the knowledge already and managed the course. And today we are going to be presenting Module 1 and Module 2, complemented with one of the exercises, which is understanding the entire life cycle of New World Screwworm and where specific interventions can be made to break the cycle and to, in a certain way, stop the fly from continuing its development process.
Principal Agriculture Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Bellarmino Esquivel, stressed that the ministry is intent on raising its response to the new WS threat, noting that the parasite has the potential to cause significant socioeconomic impacts while directly affecting animal health and the wider agriculture sector.
It was an imminent threat. Now we have it. And it's an endemic. It's here to stay, and we're trying as much as possible to eradicate it. From previous experiences, from the last time we had screwworm, it took us more than 20 years to eradicate it. So it's quite a lot of years that we will need to invest, and energy, and monies and funds to invest in the eradication process. Why is it very important for us to try to tackle it from a farm level, from a household level? It's because it does has a great impact. It does impact trade. It does impact our markets. There's a lot of pressure on Mexico in particular, on the region, that for us to strengthen and enhance our protocols, our health protocols. Every cattle that is exported go through a more rigorous and rigid inspection process. We have Baja veterinarians inspecting animals. We have ministry personnel having oversight, and we have Senasica, our trading partner, health vet inspecting the animals on site. So the protocols get more rigid. It is more costly, it's more invested, labor intensive. And if there's infection of screwworm on cattle, obviously there's medication, there is, you got to be more alert, more vigilant. And obviously, considering that the cattle industry is more than 6,000 farmers, we have a national herd of 200,000. We export approximately 40,000 to 45,000 heads every year. An industry that is worth just on sales $100 million is very important. The cattle industry is one that is revamping. Just over the last 3 years, we have doubled the income, what we have generated just from the sales. So from a food security standpoint, from an economic standpoint, from an income generation in terms of livelihoods, positively impacting the livelihoods of people, and obviously income generation and employment, it plays a major socioeconomic role. And hence the reason the ministry has heightened its agenda in terms of training our farmers, training our livestock people, and ensuring that every farmer does its part. And it's no longer only cattlemen. It is, remember that screwworm affects warm-blooded animals, pets. It is in the it's in the wildlife. So we have to take the One Health approach.
The sessions combine technical presentations with participatory activities and collaborative planning, ensuring that officers are well prepared to play a frontline role in protecting Belize from the resurgence of this dangerous parasite.
Specifically, if we look at it from a One Health approach, because then we have to understand how it will affect us both environmentally, socially, and also the economical impact that it will have if we don't do any interventions to address the situation. So it's important that everyone knows, one, how to identify the wounds, two, the importance of doing prompt revision of your animals, and treating and curing any open wound, and of course notifying any suspicious case to the relevant authority. It requires a collaborative effort. It's not only the ministry's responsibility, it's not only Baja's responsibility. This is the responsibility of everyone, because I'm pretty sure at home we have pets, especially dogs. In Belize, the highest number of cases are in dogs. So we are urging the population for them to please take care of your animals, take care of your pets, make sure that they are well fed, that they have proper housing. And one thing that we see a lot is most of the pets that are tied, they have the chafing in their necks, and then that creates an opportunity for the flies to come and pitch and then continue its life cycle.
The training of trainers continues on Thursday, followed by additional training sessions for relevant stakeholders, including the police department, BDF, and community health workers. The Belize Agricultural Health Authority, Baja, has confirmed that more than 500 cases of New World screwworm (NWS) have now been reported across the country. Officials say that while overall reporting remains low, cases have been detected in every district, with Cayo and Toledo showing the highest prevalence.
The situation continues on the rise. We are seeing a lot of cases. The reporting has not improved. We are getting few reports, but a lot of cases still go unreported. We are still seeing predominance in canines. Dogs seem to be having the most cases.
Most of the infections are being found in pets, particularly dogs, though the parasite poses a risk to all warm-blooded animals, including livestock and even humans. Baja is urging the public to play its part in controlling the spread by caring for their pets, monitoring animals closely for signs of infection, and promptly reporting any suspected cases.
We continue with a massive public awareness. It's very important for people to understand that it's very dangerous. Dangerous as in the sense that, well, we've had already 2 reported cases in humans. So people are always at risk, and most homes, they have always a dog, and dogs are the ones that are having the most cases. So the relation is there, that there's always that risk of them, being at risk.
Authorities warned that if left unchecked, the disease could have serious consequences for animal health, the agriculture sector, and rural livelihoods. Baja continues to work closely with regional and international partners on surveillance, treatment, and prevention efforts.
We have confirmed cases in all the districts. We have seen that it's more focused in the Cayo and Toledo district. Orange Rock and Corozal, the cases are increasing, but we are getting cases from there as well. Yes, the prevention is to always be monitoring your animals, be looking for wounds. If there is any wound, to always treat them. And as well, always try to use preventatives. With dogs, we have that advantage of using preventatives.
And if we suspect any case, even if it's in dogs, what should we do, as residents?
If you suspect of any worms or any screwworm in your dogs, we advise for you to report it. Why? Because this is all data. We need to know how many cases there are present, plus as well how bad it is in which area, so that we can try to control or apply measures that help the areas.
Authorities have taken formal action against individuals connected to the tragic traffic accident that resulted in the death of 60-year-old retired nurse Miriam Requena in the Cayo district. On Wednesday, September 17, police officially detained and charged 28-year-old Deborah Andrea Jacob Juarez, a resident of San Ignacio town, with multiple offenses. She faces charges of manslaughter by negligence and causing death by careless conduct, among other traffic violations. Juarez was further accused of driving without proper care and attention, failing to stop and provide assistance at the scene, neglecting to report the accident, operating a vehicle without third-party insurance coverage, using an unlicensed vehicle, and driving without a valid Belizean driver's license. In connection with the same incident, authorities also charged 58-year-old Carlos Miguel Juarez, a taxi operator from San Ignacio town, with permitting an unlicensed individual to operate a motor vehicle. According to reports, Requena was walking along the roadway after attending church services when she was struck by a white vehicle. The legal team of Courtney Koi LLP has initiated legal action against the government on behalf of Belize City entrepreneur Andrew Munnings. The lawsuit, according to sources close to the case, was already in progress for the past 2 months and is not directly linked to Munnings' recent night in detention. Munnings, owner of Munnings Funeral Service, has engaged the services of a certified accountant who has reportedly verified that tax calculations issued by the Belize Tax Service are flawed. According to reports, he asserted that the tax department's assessments are inaccurate and that their claims are misleading. The businessman was briefly incarcerated at Belize Central Prison after failing to meet a court-ordered payment arrangement. Munnings owed approximately $172,000 in unpaid taxes. Although he disputed the tax assessment, he was required to make monthly payments of $2,000. Falling behind on these payments, he was later summoned to court, where a warrant for his detention was issued unless a portion of the debt was settled immediately. His arrest on Monday sparked widespread criticism across social media platforms, with many Belizeans condemning the detention. In the days that followed, efforts to raise funds for his release gained momentum. By late evening, Munnings appeared before the Belize City Magistrates Court, where he was given a renewed opportunity to address his financial issues and restore his business operations. The court's new directive mandates that Munnings immediately pay $2,000 and also requires him to settle half of the remaining balance by October 16, 2025. In response to public concern about the circumstances surrounding Munnings' detention, Michelle Longsworth, director of the Belize Tax Service, clarified that his arrest was a culmination of a lengthy process. She explained that the department has made multiple efforts to work out a management repayment plan with Munnings, including establishing a structured payment schedule. However, her office noted that his failure to adhere to the agreed terms ultimately resulted in the court's decision to issue a committal order. Adding a layer of intrigue, Courtney Koi LLP's involvement in the case has not gone unnoticed, given the firm's connection to prominent government figures, including Senator Amon Courtney and Minister of State for Finance Christopher Karim. Coming up next, PUP challenges a voter registration in Albert Division over unusual address listing. Stay tuned.
Celebrate Belize's 44th independence anniversary with us. Join us this September as Belize shines brighter than ever. Be part of the excitement and showcase your business to thousands of viewers during our live coverage of these spectacular events. September 19th, Children's Rally. September 13th, Carousel Carnival. September 20, Flag Raising Ceremony. And September 21st, the Citizens Parade.
Everybody jump and wave. Show me 1,000 and just show me 1,000 and
Maximize your visibility. All events will be broadcast live on Channel 53 of Centaur Cable Network, available on the Express Plus app and streamed across our popular social media platforms, including CTV3 News, Fiesta FM Radio, and Despierta Belize. Get more value for your advertising dollar, reach a wider audience, and be part of Belize's most celebrated month. Contact us today at 670-9177 for more information.
Looking for quality, tasty, and easy to prepare meals? Look no farther. M&M Frozen Foods, proudly distributed by United Distributors Limited, brings you a wide range of delicious frozen delights, perfect for every occasion. From frozen pizzas, quesadillas, garlic bread, jumbo samosa, cocktail samosas, pizza pockets, spring rolls, and happy noodles, M&M Frozen Foods is fresh, flavorful, and convenient for busy lifestyles. Whether you're planning a quick dinner, hosting a gathering, or stocking up for the week, M&M Frozen Foods has you covered. Available now at leading supermarkets and stores nationwide through United Distributors Limited. M&M Frozen Foods, extensive variety to satisfy every craving.
Get ready, Belize! September is here and we're turning up the celebration. Belize is turning 44 and we're bringing the party straight to you with a lineup of unforgettable events that you simply can't miss. September 13th, Carousel Carnival. September 19th, Children's Rally. September 20, Flag Raising Ceremony. And September 21st, the Citizens Parade. We're bringing it all to you live. No matter where you are, catch every moment on Channel 53 of Centaur Cable Network, the Express Plus app, and across all our social media pages, CTV3 News, Fiesta FM Radio, and Despierta Belize. No need to go anywhere. Just sit back, relax, and celebrate Belize's 44th birthday with us.
The Guatemalan Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement yesterday that has sparked strong reactions from Belize, accusing the Belize Defense Force, the BDF, of unauthorized incursions into Guatemalan territory along the Sarstoon River. The statement condemns that Belize military personnel entered what Guatemala claims as its sovereign land without permission, violating Guatemala's territorial integrity. Guatemala's foreign ministry further claimed that it was the Guatemalan Armed Forces, the GAF, that had to defend the country's sovereignty and prevent the situation from escalating. They emphasized that the Belizean forces' actions were contained through diplomatic dialogue and did not require the use of force. The statement also highlighted Guatemala's stance that it rejects Belize's attempts to assert sovereignty over Sarstoon Island, asserting that the island rightfully belongs to Guatemala. Additionally, Guatemala expressed regret that Belize has been amplifying the incident through international media, accusing Belize of exaggerating the situation for destabilization purposes. Guatemala urges Belize to cease what it called unnecessary provocations and explicitly denied any existence of a joint Sarstoon protocol or mechanism, contrary to some claims. In contrast, Belize firmly rejects Guatemala's narrative and the attempt to distort the facts surrounding the incident. Yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs reaffirmed its unwavering sovereignty over its section of the Sarstoon River, referencing the 1859 treaty that established the boundary as the river's mid-channel. They also pointed out that Sarstoon Island is within Belizean territory and that the treaty guarantees free navigation through the river's channels for both nations. Belize also noted that Guatemala's territorial claim is currently under adjudication before the International Court of Justice, expressing confidence in the eventual resolution of the dispute. Meanwhile, Belize emphasizes that both countries must avoid actions that could exacerbate tensions. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in its release further dismissed Guatemala's allegations of provocation, citing publicly available footage that showcases the professionalism and restraint of BDF personnel during recent encounters. The release highlighted the importance of establishing effective mechanisms for cooperation in the Sarstoon and maritime areas, viewing such frameworks as vital to promoting peace and security. Looking forward, Belize reiterated its commitment to working collaboratively with Guatemala to enhance bilateral relations grounded in mutual respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity. Apart from the government reaffirming its unwavering sovereignty over its section of the Sarstoon River, the Ministry of Defense and Border Security is actively carrying out diplomatic and security efforts to bolster the nation's border management and address ongoing concerns in the region. Yesterday, the Ministry of Defense confirmed that he has been in direct communication with his Guatemalan counterpart, emphasizing the importance of maintaining dialogue to foster cooperation and stability along the shared border.
I want to really emphasize the bravery of our soldiers. It is not easy. It is not easy. I have been there. I know what we feel. But we have to be smart on the way that we do our patrols. The last thing we want to do is that there's an incident at the Sarstoon and it becomes bigger than what it's supposed to be. We are small, yes, we agree. But the bravery of those soldiers there, if you notice, the boat was right there along with the gaff. And I want to commend that officer who was there, who was in charge of that patrol, for what he did that day. I went to PG the following day, and I made sure the soldiers know that what they did for us and what they are doing there is something that we appreciate, and we will continue to do. That is our job, and we take it very seriously. I have another meeting with the minister to emphasize that those provocations are unwarranted. Those provocations should not happen. We both agree that the case is now at the ICJ and there will be a ruling. And we must abide by that ruling. We have pledged to abide by the ruling. We will continue to patrol. We will continue to enhance the FOB. I will continue to bring new equipment to the FOB. We have now deployed a second boat, and the Coast Guard will be patrolling daily, and we'll have more support for the FOB.
On Tuesday, we brought you Prime Minister John Briceño's State of the Nation address, in which he highlighted the country's economic growth in recent years and outlined his government's future plans in key areas. Following that address, Leader of the Opposition Tracy Panton issued a written response, sharply criticizing the Prime Minister's remarks delivering on the occasion of Belize's 44th independence anniversary. As a response, Panton accused the Prime Minister of ignoring the most pressing issues facing Belizeans. Among the concerns she outlined were the spiraling cost of a living, a failing public health system, high fuel and housing costs, lack of affordable housing solutions, mounting external debt, and growing mistrust in national security agencies. She further pointed to corruption, cronyism, weakened public institutions, and secrecy in international agreements as evidence that the government has failed to deliver meaningful solutions. Panton also highlighted challenges in the productive sector, heavy taxation, and delays in the justice system as areas where Belizeans are being left behind. The Prime Minister chose silence on these matters because his administration has no credible plan to address them. Panton said, adding that Belizeans are aware, awake, and demanding change, end quote. While opposition leader Tracy Panton has already issued her response to the Prime Minister's address, today UDP leader Shine Barrow delivered his own statement outlining what he described as the party's plan for real change under a future UDP government. Barrow, who continues to hold the party's leadership until a national convention later this year, said he looks forward to working with his successor to make those plans a reality.
We'll fix these things. I pledge to work with my successor, the next UDP leader, and hopefully next Prime Minister of Belize, to rescue Belizeans from the despotic Briceño administration. We will create new industries and strengthen those overlooked so we can mitigate the shocks of the proposed legislation to be passed by our good friends in the United States that may disrupt the BPO sector, which we must give credit was created under the United Democratic Party government. We will bring back investors like Waterloo and State Bank, which will translate to thousands of jobs. We will support small businesses like Andrew Munnings and work with larger corporations so they can grow and employ more Belizeans. We will ensure that the hospitals and polyclinics we have already are fully equipped, and we will build more region to region so we do not lose another baby Khalil.
He also urged the government to take stronger action in response to recent incidents of Guatemalan aggression, calling for Belize to recall its ambassador from Guatemala as a first step.
The UDP calls on the Briceño administration to recall our ambassador to Guatemala at once for consultations. A strong diplomatic note is simply not enough. We must consider economic sanctions, a temporary suspension of diplomatic cooperation, or whatever appropriate measures are needed to bring about a Sarstoon protocol with the Guatemalan armed forces respecting all of our territorial integrity.
While the PM offered positive evidence of economic growth in recent years, Barrow paints a bleak narrative which he says demonstrates a contracting economy.
The economy continues to contract. No matter how the Briceño administration tries to spin, after recovering the GDP level to pre-COVID status, we have gone dormant. The economy continues to contract. While during the Barrow administration, we saw 4% GDP growth, this PUP government continues to decline each year, with IMF predicting further. The economy continues to contract, no matter how the Briceño administration tries to spin. After recovering the GDP level to pre-COVID status, we have gone dormant. The economy continues to contract. While during the Barrow administration, we saw 4% GDP growth, this PUP government continues to decline each year with IMF. The economy continues to contract, no matter how the Briceño administration tries to spin. After recovering the GDP level to pre-COVID status, we have gone dormant. The economy continues to contract.
The People's United Party PUP is mounting a challenge against certain voter registrations in the Albert division, currently represented by Area Representative Tracy Panton. The PUP alleges that some of the listed addresses do not seem to fit typical residential purposes, prompting questions about their legitimacy. PUP officials contend that unless properties are serving as hotels, sports stadiums, or cruise ship accommodations, none of which are the case here, there appears to be inconsistencies in the voter register. They argue that these irregularities cast doubt on the accuracy of the voter list. The party plans to submit formal objections to the Elections and Boundaries Department, with the matter expected to be reviewed by the Revision Court. Notably, the updated voter register released earlier today indicates that approximately 83 individuals are registered at number 56 Regent Street, the location of the Albert office. Additionally, another address at number 97 Racecourse Street within the same division is also being challenged. The Elections and Boundaries Department has announced that a crucial referendum will take place in Keycocker Village on October 8, 2025. The vote will determine whether the residents of Belize Rural South Electoral Division support legislation to establish a regulated, responsible, and taxable legal cannabis industry on the island. Voters will be asked the following question: should the government of Belize pass legislation to create a responsible, regulated, and taxable legal cannabis industry on the island of Keycocker, with a portion of the revenue directly benefiting Keycocker and its residents? This proposal emphasizes allocating some of the generated revenue directly to the community, aiming to fund local development projects and other initiatives beneficial to the residents. Polling will be held at the Keycocker RC School from early morning at 7 a.m. until 6 p.m., with the vote counting beginning immediately after the polls close. In conjunction with the referendum, the department has issued a public notice highlighting various legal restrictions and penalties related to electoral conduct. Notably, the sale of alcoholic beverages on referendum day is prohibited, with licensed premises required to remain closed until midnight. Employers are also instructed to grant employees reasonable time off to vote without penalty or deduction from their wages. The notice underscores strict consequences for electoral misconduct, including falsifying records, obstructing voters, or tampering with ballots. Bribery, undue influence, or attempts to sway voters through gifts, money, or employment offers are criminal offenses carrying severe penalties. Voters are warned against accepting such inducements to maintain the integrity of the process. Additional violations include spreading false information about candidates, tampering with ballot papers or boxes, disrupting public meetings or unauthorized printing and distributing of ballot forms. Strict secrecy during voting and vote tallying is mandated, with violators facing fines, imprisonment, or both, depending on the severity of the offense. The official notice was signed by Returning Officer Anthony Mai on September 12, 2025, who urged all eligible citizens to participate responsibly and abide by the law. This referendum marks a pivotal moment for Keycocker, holding significant potential to influence economic development and social fabric in the years to come. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Celebrate Belize's 44th independence anniversary with us. Join us this September as Belize shines brighter than ever. Be part of the excitement and showcase your business to thousands of viewers during our live coverage of these spectacular events. September 19th, Children's Rally. September 13th, Carousel Carnival. September 20, Flag Raising Ceremony. And September 21st, the Citizens Parade.
Everybody jump and wave. Show me 1,000 and just show me 1,000 and
Maximize your visibility. All events will be broadcast live on Channel 53 of Centaur Cable Network, available on the Express Plus app and streamed across our popular social media platforms, including CTV3 News, Fiesta FM Radio, and Despierta Belize. Get more value for your advertising dollar, reach a wider audience, and be part of Belize's most celebrated month. Contact us today at 670-9177 for more information. Get ready, Belize! September is here and we're turning up the celebration. Belize is turning 44 and we're bringing the party straight to you with a lineup of unforgettable events that you simply can't miss. September 13th, Carousel Carnival. September 19th, Children's Rally. September 20, Flag Raising Ceremony. And September 21st, the Citizens Parade. We're bringing it all to you live. No matter where you are, catch every moment on Channel 53 of Centaur Cable Network, the Express Plus app, and across all our social media pages, CTV3 News, Fiesta FM Radio, and Despierta Belize. No need to go anywhere. Just sit back, relax, and celebrate Belize's 44th birthday with us.
Today, Governor General Her Excellency Dame Froila Zalam received letters of credence from 7 newly appointed ambassadors to Belize. His Excellency Jamie E. Pache Soto, Ambassador of the Oriental Republic of Uruguay. Her Excellency Nadia R. H. Rashid, Ambassador of the State of Palancin. His Excellency Mr. Masoud Mehila, Ambassador of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. His Excellency Kwak Teol, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea. Her Excellency Jolanta Janek, Ambassador of the Republic of Poland. His Excellency Dr. Maria Gabriela Quinteros, Ambassador of the Argentine Republic. And Her Excellency Maria Velasco, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Sweden, presented their credentials at the Belize House in Bawapan. The ambassadors shared their aspirations to deepen ties with Belize throughout their tenure. The Governor General warmly received the diplomats and offered heartfelt greetings and well wishes on behalf of the Belizean people. The government of Belize has expressed its sincere sympathies to the government and people of Cuba following the demise of Ricardo Cabrizas Ruiz, a prominent Cuban diplomat, politician, and dedicated servant to his nation. Cabrizas devoted many years to advancing the Cuban Revolution and held numerous senior roles within the Cuban government. Belize regards Ricardo Cabrizas as a loyal supporter and a steadfast advocate of Caribbean Latin American unity. His efforts in bolstering the relationship between Belize and Cuba are highly valued. He played a key part in fostering collaboration in sectors such as health, education, diplomacy, helping to forge stronger connections between our people. Former Foreign Minister Eamon Courtney reflected on his legacy, describing Cabrizas as a true friend of Belize and the Caribbean. Our collaboration over the years was rooted in mutual respect, solidarity, and a shared vision for development in the Global South. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, September 18th, here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.